Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be giving you my episode review for episode 2 of Containment from the CW. It premiered earlier tonight, and as usual with all of my episode review videos, please be warned that this will be full of spoilers, as I will be discussing the most recent episode, and I will also be making references to the series premiere, which was last week. So if you are not caught up on Containment, if you didn't catch the premiere or if you didn't see this episode, please do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing big spoilers. And once you are caught up, come on back and give it a listen and a watch. I think you'll like it. That being said, pretty good. We learned some new information. They had us playing there. They were playing us for a while where they wanted us to believe that somebody who might have been infected by the genetically modified influenza virus, and right now they're implying that it's biological bioterrorism because the patient zero was Syrian, and they're insinuating that this could be some terrorist plot or something, which is a little racist, I might say, but it's also understandable that they think that. But basically, Midtown Atlanta's been sealed off. We've got characters on the outside of the fence and the inside of the fence. And, it's just, it's a very scary situation. It's extremely realistic. And what I like about this episode is that they're very relevant with the times, because it shows people using social media to post what's happening in the world, to show the rest of the world what's going on. Like this reporter who caught the footage of the black cop talking to the younger guy's Xander about, calming down and staying on the outside, staying on the outside of the fence, even though both their girlfriends are on the inside. And then it makes the major look good, and they're talking, and then the reporter who posted that points out later how it looks, could look bad for the CDC or the government that patient zero was a Syrian, so maybe they want a black guy to be their mouthpiece or something like that. It's like, that's it's kind of iffy the way you're saying that, but it may not be entirely untrue either. But he also raised a good point, and I think he raised a little doubt in Lex, the police major, that maybe he's not completely being informed about everything that's going wrong. So going on, it seemed to raise a little. At least it raised a little doubt with me, and it probably raised some doubt with him. But so far, I really like him. I really like his character so far, and I like his partner, even though he was resenting him for a little while for believing that he sent him in there to die. Fortunately, the lift on the quarantine of the hospital has been lifted. Unfortunately, the containment or the quarantine around Midtown Atlanta is still in place, and it seems like until they can track down these kids who were partying the night before and were spreading it to God knows who else and where else, they have to keep the quarantine intact. And now they've added all of these empty shipping cargo containers all around the fence to keep people inside, because now they gave us a number. 4,000 people are now inside of this quarantine, and we've got characters on both sides of the fence, and the stakes are definitely getting higher. It's only going to be a matter of time before people start turning desperate, perhaps a little savage, or they get into this mentality or this idea of, I can get away with anything because there aren't many cops inside the quarantine, because all of them are out there. It's going to be a matter of time before people start looting, pillaging, turning on each other. So it feels like, they're really setting the stakes high, and now the pressure is on to figure out if this virus has jumped the fence, or if it's outside of the containment zone or not. We don't know. But it's definitely getting really interesting, and they're keeping our characters in touch with each other and whatnot. I really liked the moment where Lex's girlfriend, who's trapped inside of her work building, is with a few coworkers, and she's lecturing her friend about not getting involved with their boss, who's a married man. And then later he comes around the corner, he's like, it's hard explaining to an angry 9-year-old why you're going to miss her soccer game. And then she says with not so like a touch of subtlety while looking at her friend and her boss, she says, Oh, I don't know, Dennis. There are worse things you could explain to a 9-year-old when they're angry at you. And they both look at each other like, it's like she gave them a knowing look while, while like giving them a lot of subtext as well. And I thought that was pretty funny. That was well done. But I really enjoyed it overall. This episode was very good. I like seeing, what I liked seeing was our other cop, Jake, who was inside the hospital and helped track down the girlfriend of one of the younger brother of patient zero. They tracked her down because the stakes during, like, for example, the stakes in this episode was we don't know if this girl was inside or outside of the containment zone. They don't know where she is. And fortunately, when they track her down, she is inside the containment zone. Unfortunately, they don't know how many people she's spread it to or infected with, because she was partying with a bunch of friends who were mutual friends of our pregnant girl, our pregnant character, whose boyfriend is on the other side of the containment zone, and she and her mother and her grandmother are all on the inside. Yeah, wait. Yeah, they're all on the inside of the containment zone, and now she's freaking out because one of those girls who's at the party who might be infected, kissed her on the cheek in a friendly way, and now she's freaking out because she was about to give her grandma some groceries from their store, and then when she sees her friend on the news, she starts panicking. She's like, "Ugh," and she takes bleach and she's trying to sanitize everything, and now she's pregnant. She's worried about her baby, and she's worrying about it to her boyfriend. It's just, the stakes are getting really, really high, and I think that the stakes are going to continue to escalate and get higher with each episode, and that's just going to add more to the conflict, more to the storytelling, more to the tension. Speaking of tension, I was a little worried there for a second, right after the old lady in the wheelchair gets off the phone with her husband, the grandmother, and she hears like this rattling at the doorknob, or like almost like a pounding at the door, like somebody's trying to get inside, and I'm like, oh God, are people already going to start raiding each other's houses and pillaging and whatnot? Because that very well could be happening. But fortunately, it did. That was not the case. It was the pregnant girl, and they both startled each other, which was kind of funny. It was like comic relief after a moment of suspense and tension. So, very good episode overall. I'm looking forward to the next one, and I think like I said, it's going to continue to escalate with each storyline, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this all unfolds for all of these characters. And what kind of conflicts and how their relationships are going to change with each other, because obviously the school teacher and Officer Jake have got a mutual attraction with each other, because at first he's like, oh well, now that the quarantine's been lifted on the hospital, I'm going to head out of here, bye. On the other hand, I've got the hots for you, so I think I'll stay and help you look after your son and these other kids whose parents can't pick them up from the hospital because they're trapped, because they're on the other side of the containment zone. So I'll stay here in the hospital with you. And it was just very enjoyable. I liked it a lot, and I hope you guys did too. What did you think of tonight's episode of Containment? Please leave your feedback and your sound off down below in the comments section. What you guys thought of it? What do you think's going on? And as usual, let's please be respectful and civil of one another's beliefs and opinions. Of course. Thank you so much for watching this review video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more episode review videos like this one. Check out my Facebook page in the link down below in the description section. I think you'll find it there. Containment premieres every Tuesday night on the CW, so check your local listings for showtimes, and check this channel for more episode reviews. Alright guys, thanks again for stopping by and watching. Have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.